He walked into my studio, Firooz, you made my movie with that poster. He said, it was the perfect image to enhance my movie.
For a certain generation, which would be mine, Gen Xers, as big as it is the Elizabeth Taylor work and the Andy Warhol and all of that, it would be the poster for Pulp Fiction with Uma Thurman that is the most iconic for us. Some of us actually had it on our walls and in our bedrooms. You did that. I mean, can you explain how that came about?
Yes, I can, because I'm dealing with a lawsuit with Miramax right now. I can't talk too much about it, but they've been using that image without my consent for years. So Miramax came to me. This was at a time I was doing major movie posters for a lot of money for the major movie companies like Warner Brothers, Paramount, Universal, etc., Fox. And Miramax was just this tiny little indie film company. And they came to my agent and said, we'd like Firooz to do the poster for this film we're doing called Pulp Fiction that Quentin Tarantino is doing. So my agent said, they've approached to do this. They don't have much money. And it's a Quentin Tarantino movie. And at that point, I'd seen Reservoir Dogs, which was his first movie. And I thought, this guy's edgy filmmaker. I like his work. I said, well, what's the film about? So they send me the script. And they send me a little clip of the movie, like 5-10 minutes of it. And I really liked what I saw, and I read. And I said, I love old Pulp Fiction paperbacks and movies and stuff like that. In fact, I had a collection of old Pulp Fiction paperbacks. The covers, these are from the 60s. They always had like some woman in an embrace with a guy, or having been shot dead by a guy, or a guy shot dead by a woman. Right. They were very cool looking illustrations, paintings, whatever. So I had a vision. If I was to do this, it would have to be like a Pulp Fiction paperback cover. And I said to her, if I can control the concept, if I have carte blanche to do it, I'll do it for that minimum fee they're offering. No, I don't want any interference. And she talked to them and called me back and said, yeah, they'd love for you. They think you're the best and you're da. Because when I shot for the major film companies, you'd go to these production meetings that would have 20 people around the table, advertising people, marketing people, agents, managers, and they would show 50 illustrations. We should do it like this. We should do. They never had one good concept to work with. And they watered everything down to the point that major budget, movies with big budgets always landed up with schlocky ads or posters because they wanted the obvious, like two faces, one of them holding a gun, two faces looking this way, that. Nothing was exciting, So
sorry, were you being hired, or were you offering yourself to do just the photo with Uma Thurman, or were you doing the whole art direction as well?
I did the whole thing.
Okay.
It was my concept to recreate. And I said, I had this good set builder. And I told him, I want you to build me a cheap motel room in my studio and a bed. And I told him everything I wanted. And he saw clearly what I wanted. And he was creative enough to give me exactly what I wanted. So I made it sleazy and sort of film noir-y, old, Hollywood. And the Pulp Fiction book in front of her was from my collection of Pulp Fiction books.
Oh, wow.
That I spread open. And so the whole concept was mine. And I was thrilled. I shot Quentin Tarantino some months later for a magazine. He walked into my studio, Firooz, you made my movie with that poster. He said, it was the perfect image to enhance my movie, to sort of complement my movie.